Okay.
Ready? All right.
I open my hands up to see what I've got. My days slip like coins into a slot, they are gone. The shadows lie long. I've been banking on a broken machine, left unattended like most of my dreams. Rusted components of an unheard song. We've been staring down the brilliant dream. The sun burns our eyes. We've been fighting for the love of our lives. All around us, things come apart. Broken pieces, broken hearts. Fix me, oil me, match me with the next best thing. Oh, person to person, nation to nation, heels dug in, no communication. While it's time sneaks her weather rain. We've been wanting to be held by binding ties. Circle your ship, I'm ready to blow. I try to help flank you with an army of words. I strategize, I am fighting for the love of my oxygen, scotch and soda, or any combination starts the reaction. Is there no mastermind of modern day who can blueprint a plan to make love stay sturdy and weatherproof, ushering in a new revolution? Drawing board, the hopeful one still tries. But how can we help it when we're fighting for the love of our lives? The hopeful one still tries. How can we help it when we're fighting for the love of our lives?
The song you just heard is called Love of Our Lives, and it's from an album called Poseidon and the Bitterbug. And I'm speaking with Emily Saliers and Amy Ray of the Indigo Girls. Thanks for joining us on the music show.
Thanks for having us.
So firstly, I think that song is written by Emily. Can you tell us a bit about the song?
Well, it's a bit about the struggle in relationships, and also not just personal relationships, but the struggle between countries, interpersonal relationships, but in the end, it's and you'd like to have sort of a blueprint for working things out, but it's complex. And in the end, you start from a place of hope and the drawing board, and you go back to it, and you keep pursuing because it is a human endeavor to try to get along. So it's about that.
Beautiful. It's something about a kind of an optimism that really runs through a lot of the Indigo Girls music that we might touch on a little bit later.
Less so now than there used to be.
Really? But I think a lot is made of the fact that you two have been performing together as the Indigo Girls for almost 30 years. Mm-hmm. And that's an incredibly enduring relationship. What's the recipe for it being such an enduring relationship?
I think just, we got lucky for one thing, because I think there's a different secret for every relationship, but I think a standard thing is just like respect, for each other and give each other space. And it's like a marriage kind of, where it's just like the same things that make any long-lasting relationship work. And we've given each other a lot of space, like artistically, I think, because we write separately. So we have that moment with ourselves before we come together and merge and become Indigo Girls that I think gives us that thing that when you're in a band and you get frustrated that you're not expressing yourself, that's when bands kind of start breaking up. But we get to do that, and we get to express ourselves. And then we get to have this thing that is created that's kind of like a third entity, that we just respect a lot, and we know it's something that we can't have alone, and so it's worth whatever you have to do to keep it going.
So do you think part of the magic is that you both write your own songs separately?
For us, it is.
Yeah. Because it's just that creative autonomy at the beginning, but then fortunately we really arranged, like we could not write a song together, really. We just have different.
Have you ever tried?
We did once, but it was more like Amy wrote her block and I wrote my block, and we sort of put them together. But we write at different times and have different sensibilities, and just writing is a very vulnerable experience anyway. So it's nice to have that separation. But we're very, very thankful that we can arrange together very easily. So not easily. We work hard at it, but it's something that we are able to do creatively. And that way, sort of like I always feel like my songs are made so much better by our arrangements. So we're fortunate to have that initial creative autonomy and then the coming together in the arrangements.
So the song you guys just played is quite a recent song, but because you've got close to 20 albums, when you tour, there must be a lot of pressure that you can feel from audiences who want you to play the things they love. Do you feel that pressure?
We don't really look at it as pressure. I mean, we kind of, I don't know, it's like an agreement, we'll play the things that we feel like playing, but that could be anything from the past or something that we're just now working on. And usually we honor the fact that there's a few things that are just standards and people want to sing along, and it's fun for us. I mean, if we really didn't want to play it, we probably wouldn't. And there's so many songs though that it's kind of like we can find something that we can all agree on, that's going to be fun to sing and fun to hear and everything. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it feels like it's a blessing, that the audience wants to hear anything, actually. It would really be a drag if there weren't like things that they were really dying to hear, because you wouldn't have that, that joyful sort of feeling when you play it.
The way you're talking about the fans, they are very loving, very devoted, and very long-term.
They are.
You have fans who've sort of followed you from their college days, and now their children are in their college days.
Yeah, right.
It's cool.
It's not every act that has fans who are so long-term in their kind of devotion to a group. What do you think it is about your fans that has made them stick with you for so long?
Well, to hear some of them speak about it, it's sort of like our music is a bit of a soundtrack to their lives, not their whole lives, obviously, but to certain things that they go through and obviously we write sort of thoughtful lyrics and we're contemplative, and the content is something that our fans can relate to, and hopefully, we can still be relevant. I mean, both Amy and I are very inspired by younger people, by up-and-coming artists. I think we try to stay in touch with that world. So I think that probably because our original fans and their kids now can relate to the music means that the content is still relevant. And so I think the spirit of that relevancy carries on. But we're grateful, whenever you see like a kid in the audience, it's like, wow, this is great because you don't want to just stick with your first generation of fans and that's it. You're thankful for them, but you would like to be able to continue to make music that speaks to younger people as well.
You're very well known for the really beautiful harmonies that we just heard. How long did those take to develop when you started singing together? Or was it one of those magic things where you started singing together and it was just evident that it worked?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty evident. I think in the very beginning we were in high school, and Emily was really musically like adept at writing harmonies and singing them, and I had been in choirs and stuff, and I could sort of do it but not write the part, and so we started actually from a place of weakness where I would just kind of learn it as another melody almost, sort of like what the Everly Brothers used to do, and then it gave it a certain thing, but Emily could sort of sing with anything. So I think immediately when we started singing together, it just felt, for me, it felt like, oh my God, we had a blend and all that. But I think in the beginning it was sort of Emily's musicality, and then like my weaknesses that kind of, I don't know, made it sort of special in some way. And then over the years, you know, we've had our working relationship has changed slightly in that arrangement sort of way, but the blend is still there, you know, which is just, it's just luck when that happens. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't create it. It just, you get together and you're like, I think the only part that you have control over is the recognition that it's there and you know, doing something about it. So it was a real lucky thing.